Yes, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Man Knows Hip Hop, the podcast that knows and celebrates hip hop. Now, I know what you're thinking straight away. What's going on? Where's Slack? Different setup today. Shout out to my guy Slack. He had to handle some business today, so he's not going to be with us. But shout out to Slack for this episode. We've got my man Yinse here. Looking forward to this one. Yinse is my guy. We've been talking on the timeline for years now. Literally, I would deem him as a friend. So it's real good to have him on the episode, man. So yeah, we here, man. So E Major, just want to hand over to Yinse. Just a little introduction, a little shout, man. Welcome, brother. Good to have you on, man.
Thank you. Hey man, this is when you first told me that you were about to start a podcast, I immediately smiled. I was like, man, I couldn't think of anybody better to go at it and start something up. You got love for music in general. We're not even talking strictly hip hop. I'm just talking about music in general. And when you told me it was both you and Slack, I was like, whoa, I didn't expect you to say Slack, but a perfect duo. Slack brings his energy, you got yours, and it works. I mean, everything I've seen is dope. I see a lot of comments on Twitter regarding y'all show. It's doing good, man. I can't do nothing but salute y'all. So thank you for inviting me.
Nah, anytime, man. I appreciate that, bro. Really do, man. And if I didn't mention it before, this is another US UK collaboration. I'm rocking the New Orleans hat for
Yes,
Yinse from out there, or New Orleans, should I say? You know what I mean?
yes,
Noah the King in the house. So
yes.
so I know you do a few things as well, Yinse. I know you got a podcast and you do some mixes as well. So tell the people about those as well, man.
Yeah, just recently, just before Christmas, Vegas. I know a lot of people follow Vegas at Vegas World Inc. He reached out to me with an idea for a show, and his idea was let's look at some of the so-called hot takes within hip hop Twitter and pull from it and create a conversation around that. And first when he came to me with it, I was kind of shocked because I didn't expect it. And but besides that, I thought it was a really dope idea. What it really is I'm looking through the timeline for anything that would be noteworthy. And then when we record, Vegas don't know what it is that I'm gonna bring up. So his reaction to any of the topics is totally organic. He don't know, like I said, he don't know what I'm bringing to him. And so I think that adds like a nice little thing, twist to it, so to speak. It's not rehearsed, it's none of that. And we're 9 episodes in. We just recorded episode 9 earlier this week. So that should be reaching everybody this coming week. And yeah, man, it's just fun to do. Any of this stuff, anything dealing with talking about music, I'm all for it.
Definitely,
So
man.
thank you.
Yeah, man. Nah, it's all good, man. Yeah, they're good podcasts, man. Shout out to Vegas as well. Good guy as well. And your mixes, I know you do some dope mixes, man. I like your mixes that you do as well. So, I don't think they're things that you promote that much, but just salute to you, man. They're good mixes, man. I like them a lot. You usually send me them when you do them as well, so enjoying them as well. So yeah, good taste, man. Yeah, man. Just salute to you, man. Well-rounded brother. You know your music, man. You know what I mean? So yeah, be a good episode, man. So we wanted to just have a little bit of fun with this one. I need to shout out Mr. Two Drinks again. He was the one who threw some ideas out for some topics for some episodes. He was the one, obviously, who mentioned this as well. I know we gave him a shout out last week for an idea as well. This is another dope one, man. When I read this, I was like, yeah, this is a good one to do. So shout out to Mr. Two Drinks as well for this episode. So what we're running with here is an episode that we're going to call From the Studio to the Screen. And what we're going to be looking at are MCs, particularly MCs, not singers, MCs who've made the transition from rapping to acting. Now, it's not something that they maybe have totally gone from and left the other behind. They can be going back and forth into the two. But we just look at some of our favorites that are doing that, basically. They don't have to be your top 5 or in any specific order, but we just want to look at 5 of our favorites each. We'll throw out some honorable mentions. You know me, Mr. Honorable Mention. I have to always throw out some honorable mentions. And then when we throw out an artist as well, maybe we'll just look at one of their albums or whatever we want to mention, just to bring the music relation in with it there as well. So, yeah, man, as always, we'll run with that. So, Yinse, you're a guest in the house this week. So, you kick off with your first artist that you feel made a good transition from rapping to acting. Maybe throw out an album, and I'll do the same. After you, we'll go back and forth. So, yeah, hit me, bro. What you got?
All right. Here we go. I think the first person that I'm going to call out, there's no question that anybody across the board is going to have the same person, and it's going to be Will Smith.
Definitely.
I mean, you know, from early on, Fresh Prince, you know, you could see, you know, I mean, just the dude is a bona fide star.
Mm-hmm.
So, you know, work on Fresh Prince, Men in Black, I Am Legend. I mean, you know, he's got a serious list of acting gigs, you know. And then as far as hip hop, I mean, you know, if you don't know who the Fresh Prince is or was, you know, but hey, there are people who don't know him. They only know him as an actor. So
very true.
Right. So I'm gonna tell you, you know, I mean, from the very beginning, you know, like a battle type MC, you know, he wasn't like how everything popular now is a lot of street talk. He never was a lot of street talk. And he was partnered with one of the dopest iconic DJs ever, Jazzy Jeff. Mm-hmm. So you put them together, live performance, you know, out. We don't even have to go albums. If you've ever seen them live performance, if you were ever lucky enough, you got a real hip hop show out of them. I mean, they've done it all, and you know, I mean, you can't say enough about Will Smith, aka the Fresh Prince. So he's my first person.
Fully agree. Like you said, we're bound to clash on some of these. Well, not clash, but agree, I should say, on some of these. Will Smith, I had him down first as well. You can't talk about rapping to the transition well. We're not just talking about people who's done it. We're talking about people who's done it well. And like you so rightly said, man, some people, they literally know him for his acting. I'm not even going to lie. As I've said a million times, you know, I came in around sort of very early 90s, 91, 92. We know Fresh Prince and Jazzy Jeff were rocking from what, like 86, 87, weren't they? The first album or so.
Yep.
You know, girls are nothing but trouble. Parents don't understand, those kind of things. So we know that. But for some reason, it was never really on my radar like that, because when you come in at a certain point, you kind of rely on who brought you in. And as I've bigged up my sister many, many times, you know my sister as well, so shout out to Nick there. You know what I mean? When I came in, she was never really that big on Fresh Prince and Jazzy Jeff, so I'd never really got that down feed from them. Mm-hmm. Fresh Prince for me was my introduction to him. Really, it was the programs. I loved it. Everyone did. You know what I'm saying? The program, yeah. And then obviously you're like, you like the song, you do a little bit of digging, you find out there's music before that, blah blah blah. So then obviously that's how I know of them, from going back to it. But yeah, man, you think about it, debut in 86, 87, doing what they done well, like you said, and then making the transition into the Fresh Prince, the program, which is iconic. I think they've just sort of redone it. I haven't had a chance to look at the new one yet, but that, then the films, Men in Black, as you said, I think they're brilliant. Ali, I actually really don't like when people try and talk like Muhammad Ali. It's annoying when other people do it, but I think he pulled it off. He done it well. Enemy of the State, fantastic film, man. I saw it so many times, man. He kills that. Brilliant acting. But just to mention one of his albums, though, people's going to probably say, I thought this is Man Knows Hip Hop, not Man Knows Pop. But anyway, I want to give a shout out to Big Willie Style, man, 1997. I know that's not really deemed as like a hardcore hip hop. It's a pop rap album. Do you know what I'm saying? But listen, he didn't put a foot wrong with that album. Like every song on that album, I think is a good, like, just feel good music, man. And Will Smith can spit, he can rap. I know Eminem saying, you know, Will Smith ain't got a diss in his raps to sell records and all that. You know what I'm saying? It's almost like for some people, he kind of lost credibility with little things like that. But if you're into hip hop and you're into lyricism and you're into rapping, no one's going to tell you Fresh Prince can't rap. So I'm saying,
No.
He's an MC, man, and well on to like mid to late noughties. He was dropping music. So yeah, definitely good choice. Shout out to Fresh Prince, man. Has to be mentioned. So yeah, that was going to be my first choice as well. Like you said, we're going to have some of the same, so we'll throw out some honorable mentions. So who you got for your number 2, bro?
I'm gonna go with Ice-T. I mean, you know, the dude, you know, he just made that transition well. And I mean, he's right now currently he's on one of the longest running television shows, Law and Order, SVU, you know, and I mean, what more can you say? I mean, he stuck around, you know, the people who run the show kept him, the character developed into what it is now. You know, some of the movies, you know, of course, New Jack City.
Yeah, classic.
You know, and like I said, the Law and Order. I think there was a movie, Trespass, with him and Ice Cube. He had a movie, The Game, I think it's called, where it was people who hunted people for sport. So he was in that. But I mean, he's the type of actor who I don't think he how would you say, he never gave up his integrity, I guess you'd say, you know, for the acting. You know, he brings himself into the characters, and it's always well done. And you know, he's one of our iconic MCs 100%. That made that transition. So yeah, Ice-T.
I agree with you, man. Once again, some people will look at Ice-T as an actor. You know what I mean?
Right.
And yeah, you know, I laughed when you said Ice-T because he was literally down for my number 2 as well. So we knew we'd have some of the same picks, but I'm laughing at the order being the same as well. But yeah, definitely Ice-T, like you said, just past New Jack City, Law and Order. He's done a lot of films, actually. I was just kind of looking into it a bit again in prep for the episode. And he's done a lot. A lot of them have gone under the radar. So I'm not saying as in he got the hits that Will Smith has got, definitely not. But like you said, he's on a long running show. And how can I put this politely, man? This ain't even Fresh Prince is a black show. You understand what I'm saying? You know, Law and Order ain't. Do you know what I'm saying? So for him to be such an iconic gangster rapper as well. You know what I mean? He weren't like a feel good friendly rapper. He's a gangster rapper doing that. Yeah, man, he made a transition well. I think New Jack City would have been his. I think he was in a couple little like hip hop films before, but that would have been his like first major film.
Breaking,
that's it. Breaking, yeah, that's what I'm thinking. He was in Breaking, yeah. But I think New Jack City was the one that really he blew from.
Right, no doubt.
And he was playing a policeman as well, which is mad when you think about it, because you're looking at Ice-T. Do you know what I mean? You got his music, his songs, all the things he's talking about in his rapping in his first major role as a police officer. Do you know what I mean? So, but he pulled it off, man. Props to Ice-T. Very good. To give a shout out to one of his albums, I'd probably say Power. I know a lot of people say, you know what I mean, OG would be his classic. I think he's got a couple of classics under his belt. Power.
Oh, yeah, no question.
Yeah, definitely, man. I mean, I put up, not too long ago, I put up an Ice-T appreciation tweet, or it might have been his birthday or something. I was just giving him a shout for his birthday.
Right.
And someone was like, please, I bet you can't even, no. Can anyone even name 3 Ice-T songs, man? Like, just like really like disrespecting him like that. And you just think, you know what, man? Ice-T's a legend, man. Exactly. And me and you spoke of this off air, but we'll speak about it on air as well. Not too long ago, I put out a tweet also saying who had the most influence on the culture, Ice-T or Ice Cube.
Right.
Now, I'm actually amazed the amount of people, because I said both certified legends. No one disputing that. Ice-T, certified legends. But I was just interested in what people thought who had impacted the culture more. And it was like, I thought it'd be a bit more 60-40, what have you, but it was almost clear for Ice Cube. And I was kind of surprised by that, because I actually don't think Ice-T gets the props for the impact on the culture.
No, right. Yeah, I disagree with that myself. Yeah.
Me too. Because obviously it was my thing. I couldn't vote on it, but I would have voted Ice-T.
Yeah.
Yourself as well, yeah?
Oh, yeah, no question. Ice-T, man, Ice-T is one of the greatest story rhyme tellers in hip hop. People talk about Slick Rick, and guess what? No argument, no question. Yes, Slick Rick, definitely one of the greatest storytellers. But Ice-T, most of his songs are stories.
Agreed.
And it's not stories glorifying a particular way of life, the gangster life. All of his stories begin with how you might start off in the game, but it always brings you to where you end up. And I think again, Ice-T, older cat, many people just know him for TV and movies. The shame of it is that a lot of people don't reach back, like you mentioned earlier. You reached back to go and check for Fresh Prince, and I think that's what a lot of people should do. If you don't know, what's the harm in doing the research? Don't just come out and say, oh, he or she is whack, whatever. Go and take the time to listen, and you might find that what I do rock with. Whoever this person is. So yeah, Ice-T, bona fide, certified icon and legend. Big up.
Yeah, never taking that away from him, man. Whether I know he's still touring, on his Twitter. He's very active on Twitter.
Right, no
Drops
doubt.
A lot of gems on Twitter, man. He's interacted a few times as well. Humble guy, loves his family. Well, from what we see, obviously I don't live with them, but you know what I'm saying. You know what I mean? The point I'm making is that he's still active, doing his thing, man. Still touring, still doing shows with Syndicate and all these different things. So yeah, definitely, man. Props to Ice-T, man. Agree with you there. Right, so like I said, I'm actually going to go into number 3 then. So let me have a bit of a laugh and see if we're doing the same thing. So I'm going to run into number 3, and the reason I'm going to run into number 3 is because I already mentioned him when we were speaking about Ice-T. So of course it's going to be Ice Cube. Yeah. Now it's funny because when some people talk about Ice Cube, they say they don't put him down as a good actor because they say he's just acting as himself in everything, and I do see that, you see what I'm saying? But the reason I want to mention Ice Cube is because we know musically, there's no question, as I just mentioned, bona fide, certified, icon, legend. If you don't think Ice-T is a legend, then just plain and simple, you don't know hip-hop. I'm sorry, Ice Cube. If you don't think Ice Cube's a legend, you simply don't know hip-hop. He is bona fide. But I also think, for him to be doing Friday, working on Friday, 1995, writing that himself. Shouts to DJ Pooh as well. I know it was him involved in that as well. Friday, the whole series, but I think Friday itself, just to mention that for a minute, is a certified hood classic. Now, I said not too long ago on my timeline that I personally think it's the most quoted hood film of all time. There are people, like even in my workplace, there's people that are like probably literally half my age that are quoting things and they don't know it's even from Friday. Do you know what I'm saying? There's people, there's so many quotables and things that we say and things that we do in our everyday life, probably from a lot of films, but Friday the most. And I just think that it's a funny film, man. No matter how many times I watch it, I still laugh, man. So props to Ice Cube and DJ Pooh for that. So yeah, he's acted in that, obviously the franchise, the series. Boys in the Hood, super classic again. We know that. Once again, quotables. You know what I'm saying? Good film, moving film, sad film, whatever you want, man. It hits every emotion there. I want to give a shout out to Are We There Yet and Are We Done Yet as well. I actually think they're funny films, man. Obviously, I'm a parent, you know what I'm saying? So
Right.
you have family favorites in your house, innit?
Yes.
Are we done? We went through a stage in my house where Are We There Yet and Are We Done Yet was on like every weekend, bro. Like them films are
Right.
actually, it's funny when you're watching it. Like and the thing I found so good about it is that you've got Ice Cube. I keep saying Ice T, sorry, Ice Cube. You know what I mean? We know Ice Cube, man. You know what I'm saying? He's menacing. You know what I'm saying? That whole his appearance, his mute, what he's talking about.
Yeah.
And then he's just letting himself just be a complete and utter fool in
Right.
those films, man. He's having fun.
Yep.
Allowing people to laugh at him. You know what I mean? It's a sign of maturity. I thought that was good. The barbershops. Yeah, man. I think he's done it well. He does act as himself a lot, like we said. But I think he's made the transition very well. I think he's a good actor. Yeah, props to Ice Cube, man. If I'm talking about albums as well, we all know his super classics that everyone will always mention. But I always, every opportunity I get, I have to talk about Lethal Injection. It gets a lot of stick, doesn't get mentioned a lot. It's one of my favorites from Ice Cube. I don't really think it puts a foot wrong. So many gems on that, and I love it, man. It's probably one of my most played Ice Cube albums. Do you know what I mean? Lethal Injection, I think it's very good. But yeah, props, shout out to Ice Cube, man. So here you got number 3, bro.
Yeah, big up Ice Cube. Directing, writing, you know, that's what I think his real niche is within, you know, acting and everything like that. His writing and directing is like, you know, I would have never thought in a million years, you know, and you know, you just never know about a person's hidden talent. That's why a lot of these cats, these people that we mention as being good actors, nobody would have ever put any of these people, you know, thought of putting any of these people in movies, anything like that, you know, given, oh, it's hip hop, you know, hip hop a lot of times gets a bad rap. And so, you know, they proved that they can be, you know, worthy of being in film and doing well.
Agreed,
man. My next one is, I'm gonna call out Queen Latifah. Queen Latifah, you know, Living Single, you know, if anybody's familiar with that show, really good show. And I mean, you know, she played Khadija. She, you know, she always, from that show, great acting skill. You know, the movie everybody's going to bring up would be Set It Off. You know, without question. You know, she was excellent in that movie, and then, you know, through that she went on to do many more movies, and you know, she just, you know, and she's on TV now. I think she's doing like some kind of like reboot of The Equalizer.
That's right.
So you know, she's still out here acting, and she's gonna continue, whether it's in movie or on you know, the small screen, as they say. So, and as far as albums, you know, the debut is, in my opinion, is classic.
Yeah,
you know,
I'd agree.
You talking about Ladies First, you talking about Wrath of My Madness, you know, she just from the gate, you know, she's a member of a dope crew, Flavor Unit, you know, so many people. She's a member of the Native Tongues, another dope crew. Go do your Googles if you don't know of the Flavor Unit, or shit, what was the other one I said? I forgot now. Flavor Unit and the Native Tongues. Yeah. So yeah, you know, Queen Latifah, classic 100%. Albums, dope MC. And I say MC, a lot of people say female MC, a lot of people say femc. No. Let's be clear. Queen Latifah is an MC across the board. She could sing, you know, she does it all. So yeah, Queen Latifah gives big props, acting skill.
Yeah, man. Fully agree with you, man. Obviously, it's obvious why I laughed, because I had her down next as well. Definitely Latifah. I want to give a shout to Ruben as well. Check the rhyme. He was saying on the term lines that, you know, we shouldn't really be saying favorite Southern MC or favorite West Coast MC or favorite female. And I said, you know what? I'm guilty of that. I do that a lot. So I put my hand up, man. I'm guilty of that, and I need to stop that. But yeah, you're right, bro. We need to stop saying female. We don't say, you know. Anyway, yeah, you're exactly right. She's a brilliant lyricist. You know what I mean? Classics under her belt. And for me, bro, Black Rain, fantastic album. Do you know what I'm saying? I'll go as far as to say one of the things I love about Latifah is I think she's a beautiful woman, man. I really do. I think she's a beautiful woman. From she's come out, she's never ever felt like she's had to try and sell anything else other than her talent or her skill. Do you know what I'm saying?
Right.
I'm not saying I've seen every single thing she's put on TV, but as far as I'm aware, she's like that in her movies and in her television programs as well. She always seems to be a woman of integrity. Do you know what I'm saying? So I've got a lot of respect for Latifah, man. Do you know what I'm saying? Like you said, Equalizer set it off. Taxi is another one I wrote down as a family favorite. With is it not Jimmy Fallon? It's gone from me now, but is it Jimmy Fallon? I think it might be Jimmy Fallon. Yeah, it's Jimmy Fallon, isn't it? Yeah. That's another family favorite, man. I think it's funny. She's funny in that. Props to her, man. She does it well. She had a talk show as well, didn't she?
Right, yeah.
As well, yeah.
She did.
So she does it well, man. I'm not a big fan of the Equalizer reboot, but that's not really anything to do with Latifah. I just don't think it suits. You know, I'm not a big fan of it, but that's not taking anything away from her skill. You know what I'm saying? I think she's good at what she does. But yeah, man, definitely props to Latifah, man. So good shout. I'll run in then with my last of my sort of the 5 that we picked before you go into your 5th one. Has to be Tupac, man. I've gone with Tupac himself. Lyrically, we know, you know what I mean? I'm not even going to go off on a rant because most people probably know how I feel about Tupac right now. Second favorite MC of all time. Yeah, you know what I mean? I just think he's incredible. He's an artist for me. He's more than a rapper. You know, like me and Slap were speaking about certain MCs. Obviously, being a rapper is a good thing. It's you know what I'm saying, but it's not taking away the term rapper from anyone like it's a bad thing. But there are some people that I feel calling them a rapper sells them short. Do you know what I'm saying? Like it's almost like an insult to say they're just a rapper because a lot of people rap. You know what I'm saying? And Tupac is one of those people I put down as he's more than a rapper. So are there technically better rappers? Yeah, of course, hundreds. But I don't know about hundreds, but many. But for me, it's more than that. You see what I'm saying? But for his acting, Above the Rim, another classic film, another classic film I've seen 105 times. You know what I'm saying? Juice, of course. I think that was his first role, unless I'm mistaken. I think that's his first one, wasn't it?
Right.
So yeah, Juice, Poetic Justice, of course, Gridlocked. I'm not saying they're all fantastic, do you know what I'm saying? But he acts well in them. That's the point of this episode. We're not just talking about who does it, but who can do it well. And I think he acts well in them. He's a good actor, man. Shouts. And I think when you think about it, he shot a lot of those films in close succession to each other. Do you know what I'm saying? Yep. So obviously, music-wise, we understand. But if he weren't taken when he was, I think he would have gone on to do. He would have been like another Will Smith in regards of having a lot of, because his films were kind of still hood classics, weren't they? I think he would have went on to be a went on to have some real big Hollywood hits. You see what I'm saying? So yeah, shouts to Tupac. To shout out an album, my favorite Tupac album of all time. Yep. 7 Day Theory, Machiavelli. Not saying it's his best. His best is, in my opinion, Me Against the World. But this is my favorite by far. It's incredible, man. The passion, everything on it. It's only probably 1 or 2 tracks I don't really listen to that much or I skip. But yeah, fantastic album. So yeah, Tupac, man, number 5. I'll go with him. Who you got, bro?
Yeah, I had Tupac too. I'm gonna just kind of speak on it for a minute.
Of course,
I agree. Machiavelli, same thing. I got Machiavelli as my favorite as well. Tupac, had he not died, I agree with you. He would have really had a great acting career, I believe. He just didn't, he wasn't here long enough to fully reach that potential. You could see it. You could see it from Juice. He would have like Tupac. To me, I think Tupac could have turned into like a Samuel L. Jackson in the sense that Samuel L. Jackson is a character actor. You give Samuel L. Jackson a character, he really does well with the character. And I think Tupac would have done that. He'd have been able to achieve that, and he would have had plenty more accolades acting wise had he not untimely died, been killed, murdered, So excuse me. So where we at? That was 4 or 5.
That was my 5th one. So who did you have for your last one?
Okay, I'm gonna call out Mos Def, Yasiin Bey.
All right.
I think Mos Def is one of the most talented cats in entertainment, in my opinion. Like I don't think there's much that Mos Def, Yasiin Bey can't do. You know what I mean? Like, the albums, Black on Both Sides, the joints with Kweli, all of that. Hell of an MC. The certified dope MC, in my opinion. Classic records. The movies that I enjoyed him in, Cadillac Records, where he plays Chuck Berry. Yeah. He did a really good job in that movie. There's another movie called 16 Blocks.
Yeah.
That movie was good. And again, I was just mentioning, like, character actors. I think Yasiin is a great character actor. And then just one more movie, the Hitchhiker's Guide to Universe.
Yeah, I haven't seen it, believe it or not. But I've not seen it. Yeah, he's great, man. I can't say enough about Yasiin Bey. So yeah, Yasiin Bey, aka Mos Def, dope MC, and equally dope actor. Great choice, man. Yeah, I hear that, man. Great choice. All right, so what we've done, we threw out 5, and as you know me, Mr. Honorable Mention, man. If you've got some, if you haven't, that's cool. But there's a few honorable mentions that I was just
I got some.
Run through. Perfect.
Let's go.
So a few honorable mentions. I had Ludacris down. You know what I mean? So obviously, we know him as an MC, top tier. He dropped 2000 back for the first time. Well, no, he had an album before that, didn't he? But that was like his first studio album, and most of those were on that anyway, weren't they? So
right.
So yeah, we know of him more from like 2000 more, I'd say, or 99, 2000. But yeah, he hasn't been on a lot. But this is how I break it down. Because I remember, was it Denzel or Samuel Jackson? Don't quote me. It was one of them two. And they were saying that they don't actually want to work with rappers in films. So I remember they were saying it kind of felt like it was discrediting acting. So it was almost like, because you've got a bit of fame or you could just go into acting, where someone's probably at acting school doing all these things, and
so they stage plays and all that. Yeah.
So they felt like it was like, it's a bit, you just come and start acting. So like I said, it was either Denzel or Samuel Jackson. But the point I'm making is, what I look at when I look at a rapper who's acting, do I watch this and think this is just a good actor? Because not everyone can act, man. Not everyone. There's sometimes I watch acting or watch films or whatever, and the people, I just think they're not good actors, man. And yeah, so that's how I look at it. And for me, I think Ludacris, he's natural. He's a natural actor. I think it seems effortless for him. So he's not been in much, but I think he does it well. Obviously, the Too Fast, Too Furious, and then on from there, he's one of the main characters, one of the most enjoyable characters in that franchise as well. So shout out to Ludacris. Another honorable mention would have been Childish Gambino. I'm not a big fan of his music, to be completely honest, but I think he's talented. But I think he's a brilliant actor.
No question.
You know what I mean? Obviously Atlanta, one of my favorite things to watch. I'm waiting for the new season. He's brilliant in that. He was really good in Spider-Man. I think he's a good actor. I've seen him in a couple things. Really good. Another honorable mention, got to be Method Man. Just what I'm saying, got to be Method Man. Yeah, he's been in a lot of the classics, you know, How High, Belly, Power, of course. You know what I mean? I think he's very good in Power. Love Mary, but I think like Meth's a better actor than Mary, I think. You know what I mean? I think he does it well, plays his role well. I've seen him in a few things that are sort of like low-key films that probably no one's really seen or talk about that much.
Right.
And I think he always acts well. Do you know what I'm saying?
Oh,
he always
yeah,
takes
no
his
question.
roles on, does really well. And we all know him as a MC top tier. Do you know what I'm saying? High caliber MC. So, yeah, I'll probably throw them out. And LL, that'll be my last one. I'll throw out some honorable mentions for their acting. So, what would your honorable mentions be, bro?
All right, I'm gonna call I'm gonna call somebody out from your side of the pond, Kano.
All right, bro.
Kano.
You're making me look bad now, bro. Look, I'm wearing the New Orleans hat for you, and you come and made me look bad, man. You made me forget my own people, bro.
Hey, look, I don't know if I only know him from Top Boy. Mm-hmm. But his performance in Top Boy, I mean, he needs to. I don't know if he's in anything else, you know, in the UK, but he needs to be in movies. Cause I mean, a lot of the people from Top Boy deserve, you know, major movie recognition. But yeah, Kano, his performance, man. So dope, so dope. And you know, you and I, we always swapping the memes, you know. Mm-hmm. So, definitely. But yeah, had to call him out. Another one is Fredro Starr from Onyx. Mm-hmm. Fredro Starr, he was in this movie with Bokeem Woodbine. It's called Strapped.
Yep.
Great performance by Fredro. In that movie. Also, Fredro was in a movie called Clockers.
Yeah.
Great, you know, I mean, he just really took on his role and he does a good job with it. He went, you know, he was on Moesha. Now I'm not gonna call that out as something that I enjoyed his Moesha
it's
role.
all right, bro. You're allowed to enjoy it. It's okay.
No, I'm saying like he earned that spot. You know what I'm saying?
Definitely,
but like, I was never really a Moesha, you know, fan or viewer. So anyway, I just know he was on there. Another honorable mention is Tone Loc. Now, Tone Loc was in the movie Posse. With some other notable MCs. Big Daddy Kane was also in Posse. But to me, Tone Loc is really he's an actor, and I'll say he portrayed a character on the TV show Rock. I don't know if you're familiar with Rock.
No,
but it was a TV show, really good TV show, man, excellent. You know, just the writing, everything. But like I said, Tone Loc was a character on that TV show, and his character was dope. The way he portrayed it and everything. You know, Tone Loc, and you know, voice acting. He done voices in the movie Baby's Kids. He done voices like there's a bunch of different cartoons that he's done voice. And I mean, if anybody who's ever heard of Tone Loc, the first thing you notice is his voice.
Definitely,
so. Yeah. You know, without question, he was going to get that, especially that type of role, you know, a voice actor.
Sorry to cut you, bro. When he in, I'm sure he was in one of those, was it not Goodfellas? I'm sure it was Casino or one of those. He had like a little role in. I'm trying to remember what it is because I can see him sitting at the table and I'm sure he's talking to Al Pacino. Is it he?
Yeah. It might be because I think he might have been a police officer or something. He's had a lot of what they call bit roles. You know, he's been here and there. But you know, for me, like I said, the TV show Rock, he portrayed he was excellent in Rock. You know, and that all goes to, like I said, excellent writing, just an all around Very, very dope show, Rock.
Yeah,
I got a couple more. Let me
nah,
see.
do your thing, bro. Yeah, man.
Another honorable mention, kind of for the same reason that I mentioned Tone Loc, is Heavy D. Heavy D also played a character on the TV show Rock. And I mean,
Okay.
you know, Heavy D, you know, he's been in a few different movies here and there, you know, and had roles, but I think Heavy D was a really, really good actor. And then we already know, I mean, bona fide hip hop legend. You know,
Definitely.
Blue Funk is my favorite album from Heavy D. But yeah, Heavy D,
Love that.
dope actor. R.I.P. to Heavy D.
Definitely, man.
Let's say, T.I. I don't know if you've seen the movie Ant-Man, but that's
Yeah,
where
man. Yeah.
I enjoyed T.I.'s performance in Ant-Man. I thought it was, you know, it
He is
was
funny in that.
written well, and he done his thing in the Ant-Man. Let's see. I mean, you gotta, when we talking about MCs that transition play, you know, House Party, and they had their own Saturday morning. They had their own Saturday morning cartoon. You
Good
know,
shout.
they had a couple of other, you know, independent movies. Both of them act well. They definitely made the transition. And that's it, man. Kid Play was my last honorable mention. So yeah, all of those people, everybody we mentioned, this was a dope episode, man. I love this.
No, I'm glad, bro. Yeah, no, they're good shouts, man. Not just to ride on a wave, but just to go back to Top Boy for a minute. I'm so glad you mentioned Top Boy, man. And it's interesting because, as you said, there's quite a few like good actors in there that are MCs. You know, Dave, who was
yep.
Moldy. You know what I mean? He
Yep.
done really well in that. Who else, man? I've actually gone blank. Who did he start? Bashi as well from some of the earlier episodes. Brilliant MC, underrated MC, but he's a good actor in that as well. Asher D, how can I forget Asher D? Obviously, the main character.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So yeah, man. Yeah, a lot of good artists in that, man. So I'll tell you what I am gonna do though. I know Slack's not with us, but obviously he was meant to be. So he actually gave us his couple of the names that he chose.
Okay,
so
cool.
let me mention out what he said. So shout out to Slack. So he's got Will Smith, which we chose. He's also chose Mahershala Ali. He chose Ice Cube, Queen Latifah, and Mos Def. So some of those we mentioned as well. So shout out to Slack. We would have had some interesting conversations because we would have had some of the same picks there. So yeah, I wanted to mention that as well.
Up Slack.
Definitely, man. So listen, just for a bit of laugh, I know we probably didn't really think about it really, but we're talking about who's made a good transition, yeah? You know where I'm going, bro. You know where I'm going. So does anyone come into mind that you feel you know, they didn't do it well? Do you know what I mean? Anyone just come to mind that you think I was a little bit disappointed in that, or just or you thought they would have done better? Do you know what I mean? Anyone that you can think of?
Well, let's see. I think the state property movie. There was no, you know, there was no real quality. And I mean, I don't think it was ever meant to be. But like, you know, you looking at it is just like man, I hate to say this, but like looking at that was just like, oh, it's some cats who rhyme. They you know, they was in a position to make a movie, and they did.
Yeah.
And you know, only certain cats love it. I saw it. I didn't love it, but it is what it is. Big up that they made it. I'll put another. Every single Master P movie. There's and I mean he put out, you know, Master P. Think about this, Master P. No Limit. The run of albums was crazy.
Definitely.
As far as the output, and then the same thing, the run of movies. I I mean, and again, big up because you know you employing people who would have not otherwise been
100%.
employed. So I'll give you full props for that. But like, you know, the whole purpose of this is we're giving our opinion
Yeah,
on
no,
the
definitely, man.
acting
Yeah.
technique. No, little to none. You know, you could. I mean, I could shoot an independent film in my house if that's the case. You know what I mean? If I had a budget, I could do that. You know, whatever. But
no, definitely.
yeah, the Master P movies, every damn last of them. My God. And look, I've seen them all. I've seen them. You know, I'm not talking a position that I never saw it. I, in my opinion, is
Yep, and no one can say you're being biased either, can they? So, so there you go. So there you go, man. No, good choices. Yeah, no, I hear that. What did you think of DMX as an actor?
I think again, DMX. You know, we know DMX had his struggles, so I think if that would have been in his life, I think this would have been another person that would have had more roles. Now, would he have ever gotten to like Will Smith? No, I don't believe that. But I think DMX would have been become a serviceable actor. You know, and that's no slight. You know what I mean? Like I think he would have developed that talent. You know, because I mean these cats. Let's just be honest. These cats nowadays, there are many doors that hip hop has opened.
100%.
You know what I mean? And it was almost like, to your point earlier, you know, with Denzel or Samuel L. Jackson saying they wouldn't want to be in a movie with somebody who was based on, you know, their one talent are given roles. They didn't earn it. So I think that's one of the things that, you know, that's gonna happen because just the way entertainment goes. Somebody, you know, DMX was a star, so it's only right that the opportunities would have came. You know,
agreed.
I mean, look, hey, if Run DMC, Run DMC, they were never actors, but like I don't know if you've ever seen Tougher Than Leather.
Yeah, and Crush Groove and that.
Yeah, you know, Crush Groove, classic movie. Tougher Than Leather, tough to watch. you know, if you've never seen it, if you want to watch it for scientific purposes, that's the term I like to throw out. Like if I'm listening to albums that I may not have ever wanted to listen to, I'm gonna listen to it for scientific purposes.
All right.
Just in case the conversation comes up where I can say, okay, yeah, I heard that, and this is my opinion. So I saw Tougher Than Leather, tough to watch. You know, just horrible. And you know, but that's opportunities that hip hop has given.
Presented,
and you know, I can't begrudge anybody for taking it because, like I said, hip hop has employed so many people who otherwise, you know, you don't know what they'd have been doing at any given point. So that's wonderful in of itself. But again, like you said, we kind of judging people on the what we thought of the acting, and Tough Enough Other, man, you don't want to.
No, agreed, man. No, definitely. I've only actually seen a little bit of it, and I don't remember it being good at all, man. Do you know what I'm saying? So I can hear you, man. I know what you're saying. But yeah, man. So you made an interesting point, though, and it's very true. Hip hop's opening a lot of doors, man. So you know, no one really wants to put all their eggs in one basket. You know, no. Do you know what I'm saying? So if they can make the transition, fine. I just think it's like you got to know if you're not good at it, though. You know what I'm saying? That's behind the camera. You know
question. Like I said, I'm all for you. If you can make money by delving into different things, I'm all for it, man. Big up, go get the money, man. That's what it's all about. Those, you know, those opportunities, you know, grow on trees, but you got to try to make the best of them. Now you can't, you can't just get on there and act any kind of way. You want to try and prolong that part of it, but it is what it is.
Yeah, man. Nah, definitely, man. Right. So there you have it, man. Yinse, pleasure to have you on, man. So we looked at it today from the studio to the screen, man. So actors who made the transition well. Rappers who made the transition well to acting. So shouts to people we mentioned. At the comments, you may have some, want to throw out some names that we haven't mentioned, or some of your favorite hip hop films. You know what I mean? Like Brother Yinse mentioned State Property. Yeah, I literally only saw it for the first time probably about 2 years ago. I never saw it. I'm probably going to get gunned down for this, as I always say, but a lot of hip hop films are just not good. I personally don't think Belly's good. The best thing about Belly.
Oh, no. Yeah, Belly. Belly.
The start of Belly is brilliant. That whole scene in the club with the silhouettes.
Right. Yeah, no doubt.
But the film is not good, man. So a lot of hip hop films are not good. I saw Conflicted as well last year. Another one that's not brilliant. You know what I'm saying? So bring back good hip hop films, man. That would be good to see.
No doubt,
films, man. Some dope soundtracks and some dope hip hop films.
Yeah, man. Dope soundtracks for sure.
Important, man. So yeah. So Yinse, before we sign out, bro, anything you want to say to the people, promote, give us anything at all if there is, bro. Do your thing.
All right, cool. Vegas and I have a podcast. It's called This Week in Hip Hop Twitter.
Mm-hmm.
It's on YouTube. It's part of the B-Roll Network, I believe is what it is. Vegas also does Hip Hop Now podcast. All of these shows are part of the same link. But like I said, the show that we do is called This Week in Hip Hop Twitter. We take some of the, memorable hot takes from Twitter. We give our opinion on it. Sometimes we straight up like, nah, this is just crazy, and we can run through it. But there's a lot of times where, there's some genuine dope topics that come about through Twitter conversations.
100%.
And so, we'll pull some of those at different times, but for the most part, it's about the silliness that we all.
Yeah, it's fun.
We all see. We try to run between 20-30 minutes, depending on what it is we're talking about. And again, it's me pulling, whatever topics I can find, present it to Vegas without Vegas has no idea what I'm gonna tell him and bring up, and then it's his genuine reaction to it, and then we kind of go back and forth with opinions, jokes, and things of that nature. But 9 episodes in, we still early. I'd ask anybody, like it if you see it, subscribe to it. Give us a little bit of your time. Like I said, we run in 20 to 30 minutes, quick hit, and you're done. Something you can listen to on the way to work. You know what I mean? Or in the morning while you're getting ready for work. It shouldn't, it's not going to run you very long. So yeah, I appreciate the opportunity to plug it, man. Thank you.
No problem. Yeah, man. No, they're good, man. So yeah, like you said, man, see it as like a match of the day highlights or something. You know what I mean? So when you're scrolling through Twitter or what have you, and you see some of these crazy takes sometimes, that episodes or that show was sort of like, you know what I mean? Just the sort of opportunity to see a lot of the things that's been spoken about and hear you guys' response to it and stuff like that. So no, it's a really good show, man. Yeah, whenever I do come across it, I definitely hit them up, man. So yeah, man, props to you, props to Vegas. Appreciate you coming on today, brother.
Oh man, you already know.
The US, man. Nothing but love, man, as always. And we want to do it again, definitely, with Slack as well. Shout out to Slack, couldn't make it today.
Slack, big up Slack.
Yeah, man, have to do it again with him around as well. So yeah, nothing but love, man. So people, as always, appreciate you watching, signing in as always. I know Slack and I say it every week, but we genuinely appreciate every view, every like, every share, every comment, everything, bro. You've taken the time out of your day, whatever you're doing, to press play or to listen or whatever. to hear what we have to say, man. And nothing but love for you to taking the time to do that. It means a lot to us, man. So, yeah, another week. Man Knows Hip Hop Podcast. Me, E Major. Shouts to Slack. Shout out to Yinse for coming on to the episode today. That's it for another week. We'll be back with you next week. So be good, be blessed, take care. We'll see you soon, man. Peace.
Peace.